Hey everyone, thanks for joining. It's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and today I'm going to make a St. Patrick's Day card. I'm using hearts, stamping them and cutting them out, and I have the sentiment is from A Wish for Everything. This is a great set. It's two cases of stamps, and it has really everything. So Hanukkah, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, Christmas, Father's Day. So all different occasions, and you can just group the stamps together. And may the luck of the Irish go double for you. I have that on the inside. And then there's, for trick-or-treating and your menorah, Easter. So it has a lot of different sentiments, because a lot of times the sentiments are birthday or congratulations, that kind of thing. And then there's these one-off holidays that you need to have a sentiment for. So anyway, I made my own shamrocks. Where I grew up in New York, we lived right outside of New York City, and it was an Irish Catholic town, and we had a very big St. Patrick's Day parade. It was really, I went for years and years and years. I live in Florida now, but if I was up there, I would go. And you'd see all your friends from school and neighbors and family and things like that. So St. Patrick's Day was always a big event for us. We had corned beef and cabbage and homemade Irish soda bread. So it was a lot of fun. So I figured I would make a St. Patrick's Day card. And this was really easy to do. You just have to take your time. So let's get the background started. I did cut out my pieces. So I cut out the hearts from the Be Mine stitch framelits. I used the smallest one, and I just cut 3 of them, and then I cut my own, just fussy cut or hand cut, the stem for it. And then I used the Stitched So Sweetly to get this layer. And I use the second from the biggest. I think that's what I use. Yeah, second from the biggest. So let's start with making our background for this. So with this one, I'm using, and you can use whatever hearts you want. You don't have to use what I'm using. I just figured I would show you what I'm using. I'm doing the heart to heart. So this little heart, and then on the inside I did the big heart. It was pretty easy to do. I didn't worry about the center because I'm going to cover that up. And I just took my little heart and Call Me Clover. Now this is not one of my favorite greens, but it's perfect for this kind of card. I mean, I like green, but for some reason this is too green for me. I don't know what it is, but it's not one of my favorites. But it's good to have when you're making a card like this. So I'm going to just start, and I'm just going to do one. And what's nice is these are the photopolymer, so you can really line them up. And I'm just going to make a bunch of them, and I'm going to have them coming off the page so that it looks like it was a pre-made paper. And I'll just speed this up because you don't need to see me make all of these. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's see if this covers it. And if you wanted to add more, I might add one more down here. And I have been wiping it just because I don't want it to get too inky. So it's kind of just pieces in different places. So put on as much as you want. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in the stems with my Call Me Clover marker. So I'm just going to use my Stamp and Write marker. I'm just going to freehand this. So don't get too nervous about it, because when it's done, you can't really even tell. And I'm just going to fill in if there's a little space. So sometimes you kind of missed it, didn't get close enough, so just draw it in. And I'm trying to do them kind of on an angle. I mean, you might be able to find a stem stamp and just color the edge of it, but I didn't really want to do that. I think this is good enough. And I think this is the last one. Okay, and let's do the inside. So on the inside, I'm going to do the bigger. So I use the small one, I'm doing the bigger one. I'm just going to do the same thing. I'll just do the 3 hearts, and I'll only do one of these. You can do more if you want. I'll just put one right here. Getting green all over my fingers. All right, and I'll do the same thing. I'll color it, and then I'll do the, and this is a bigger, and I'll do the sentiment, kind of a bigger one. Okay, so let's put the cap on this, and let's do the sentiment on the inside, and then I'll kind of lay out the flower, the shamrock on the outside, and put the sentiment there. Let me make sure it's going in the right direction. All right, we don't want that to be upside down. So you could put smaller shamrocks up here if you wanted, but I'm just going to leave it like this. Put this aside, and let's get our shamrock together, our pieces. So I kind of lay it out and get it just where I want it. Get this stem here. And you can cut the edge of the stem if you want to make it fit better. But I covered that up with a little dot, so it seemed to be okay. So I'm going, before I put that down, I'm going to stamp my Happy St. Patrick's Day. So I have them all mounted, and we'll go back with the Call Me Clover. And just want to get my card out so you could see what I'm doing here. So I could see what I'm doing as well. So Happy, let's just line it up. And then St. Patrick's. And I'm just trying to center this below Happy. I don't have my stickers on. I'm not really a big sticker person, so my labels for my stamps, so I can't see it through the back. So I was just lining up the shape of it so that it was centered. So let's put this ink away. It's very inky. And we can start putting this down. And the way I'm doing this is with my liquid adhesive, and I'll just put the center one in first. Get my shamrock started. Let me see if there's a little glue on this. Come on. It's going to come out fast, I know it. Let me try another one. That one's almost out. This is a new one. There we go. So we'll just put this right up here. And just build our little shamrock. Yeah, this is coming out too fast for me. I like just a little bit. But I think it's cute to have like the hearts to make the shamrock. And I know I didn't invent this, but I'm going with it, claiming it. There we go. And then we'll just put this down. Now I was trying to figure out what did I have to go in the center of this. And I looked through my stash, but a lot of times I'll just look in the catalog. Let me just get it for you. So if you look in the ribbon and trim, I said, okay, do I have any of these ribbons? And I saw there's this gross grain Call Me Clover, which I have. And then I said, oh, I have these Happiness Blooms enamel dots, because I have a whole ton of these. And some of them are not, not available anymore. They retired. So I thought, well, I'll look through the catalog, see what I have in that color, and go with it. So I have these Happiness Blooms. And there's a bigger one. They're not that big, but they're big enough to cover up all my little seams here. So that'll just hide all that ugliness. Okay, and then we can put this, and what I did was, well, let me put this down, and then I'll put this up with dimensionals. So let me put the top of this on. And I'll probably throw that in the garbage. So let's get this on the card. Oh, and wait. Let me get the ribbon. I wanted to put ribbon on it first. We have to do that before we adhere it. So this is the Call Me Clover ribbon. And I'm going to have to be very careful with this. Before I put it down on the card, I want to put this on it. So I'm going to just put this down with some Scotch tape. So I'll just wrap it around, put a piece of Scotch tape here, and trying not to get glue on my fingers. And I see I missed a little stem there. I'll have to put that in too. Missing all kinds of things here. Try not to get too sticky with this glue on the back. I think I want to move it up a little bit. Looks like it was a little too low. All right. And I'll put this down and then I'll color in that last stem. So let's just get this centered on the card base. See that one I missed? Oh, I missed two of them. Wow. Let me just come down here so you can see what I'm doing. Nobody told me I missed them. And this one. Okay, this looks a little, just going to dot it a little bit. All right, so that's done. Then we can put this on. Well, let's put this on in the inside. I have my glue out. Get that done. Just get that all centered nice. And then we can put our dimensionals on here. So we'll just put these, I'll put, I guess, 5 of them on. And I just have 5 before I get into the outside. And don't forget to use these on your cards. So we'll take off the backings. Look at my fingers, they're all green. They are ready for St. Patrick's Day. Oof, come on. It stuck to me. Oh, these dimensionals just are so funny. Okay, so let's get that straightened out. And we'll put this down. And then I'm going to put a bow on it, and I'll put some more of these on it. So let's put these on. There's 3 different sizes. I used put one over here. I'll put a tiny one. So I use the middle size, a tiny one, And I'll do another middle-sized just to add some little bit of bling to it. That's cute, right? And then let's do a bow. So with the bow, I'm using the bow maker. And somebody's husband made this for me. I know you can buy them online. Just has some pegs. And you just have one go under, longer, and that will go over. You can go over or under, whichever you want to do, and come through. And then you're going to just tie a knot. I'm probably making it look all harder than it is. Actually, let me tie it this way. And once you tie it and take it off, you're pretty much done. You can't move it around. So get it all fixed on here. And then when you take it off, you have this nice little bow. All right, so I'm just going to cut my edges and I'll put it on with a glue dot. And I'll put it right here with a glue dot. Do I want to cut them smaller? I think I want to cut them smaller. I just want to pull them down a little bit. All right, so let's get a glue dot out. I'm just going to roll it on my finger, stick it on the back, and put it down. I have an unruly tail here. If that happens, you could always put a glue dot on the tail, but I'm good with it. So these are the cards. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you enjoyed the video and come back and watch another one. Thanks for joining. You guys have a good day. Bye.